Good afternoon, broadcasting live from Gaborone. This is your BTV News, brought to you by Kailo Sabone. Now, in our headlines, Botswana hosts a memorial service in honor of the late Namibian President, Dr. Hage Geingo. And the Ngamian Council of Non-Governmental Organizations condemns the anti-hunting bill to be tabled in the United Kingdom. While in sport, WBF Super Bantamweight champion Moabi Ngaka is ready to take on Philippines national champion. Dumelang, the Namibian President, Dr. Nangolo Mbumba, has just departed following a one-day working visit to Botswana to pay a courtesy call on the President, Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi, and attend the memorial service of the late President, Dr. Hage Geingo. Dr. Mbumba led the Namibian delegation to the memorial service this morning, where Botswana and Namibia relations were refreshed in honor and memory of the late President. At the memorial service, the two presidents recommitted to strengthening relations of the two countries for the betterment of their citizenry. Dr. Geingo passed away in February and was buried 3 weeks ago in Windhoek, where President Masisi was also in attendance. Now, Botswana hosted a memorial service in honor of the late former president of Namibia, Dr. Hage Geingo, this morning, and paying tribute to a friend of Botswana who passed away last month. President Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi spoke highly of Botswana's contribution to providing refuge to various freedom fighters and how this also strengthened their multilateral relations. President Masisi cited Botswana's values of Botho as one of the key elements that drove that particular gesture.
Namibia's former statesman, Dr. Hage Geingo, was laid to rest last month, but his lasting legacy will not be forgotten by Botswana. She and the land of the brave, Namibia, share strong historical linkages which will enduringly stand the test of time.
Being hospitable, therefore, is deeply rooted in our culture and traditions. To a very large extent, Botho is ingrained in every fiber of our societal identities and relations, owing to the culture of Botho and the ethic of care for humanity and freedom. Dr. Geingo settled in Francistown. So moments such as this memorial, Your Excellency and dear friends, gives us a rejoicing in the full confidence that when called upon, Botswana never failed to step up and offer a helping hand. No wonder the late President Hage Geingo had so much affinity and attachment to this country. In his fleeting time here on earth, we earned the whole of Namibia as a true, trusted friend of Botswana.
Namibia's President Mumba is grateful for the tribute in honor of the late statesman's memory.
Your Excellency, President Masisi, you forged a remarkable and brotherly relationship with an exceptional Namibian, His Excellency Dr. Hage G. Geingo, a leader who symbolized unity, dedication, and care for fellow human beings. As his Vice President for over 6 years now, I can assure you that Dr. Geingo was proud of his special friendship with you, Your Excellency.
Having been a man of faith, Dr. Hage Geingo has undoubtedly run his race, fought the good fight, and given an honorable baton to his successor.
We celebrate President Geingo, knowing way too well that his dreams of a progressive and prosperous Namibia shall live on beyond the time of his era. Surely, it can be understood that today, like it was during the time of John, the people of Namibia, Your Excellency, await from your leadership.
Botswana and Namibia seek to further foster their shared priorities of multilateralism and shared prosperity for their populations. Utsidile Unkabetsi, BTV News, Gaborone.
The Minister for State President Dr. Kabo Moraing says the memorial service hosted to celebrate the life of the late statesman Dr. Hage Geingo is evidence of the great connection shared by Botswana and Namibia. Minister Moraing was speaking during the service held in Gaborone this morning.
Botswana and Namibia established relations since 1990 and profoundly share the history emerging from the liberation struggles in the African continent. Botswana played a role in giving refuge to prominent leaders in the region, including the late Hage Geingo, a tie that continues despite any challenge between two countries. Botswana paying tribute to the fallen icon is said to be the testament to the true spirit of brotherhood that continues to reign between Botswana and Namibia.
For us in Botswana, today's memorial service marks the celebration of a relationship that subsists between our country and Namibia, a connection that the late President Dr. Hage Geingo cherished dearly and guarded jealously, ensuring that every turn that it grew from strength to strength.
The remnants of the victims of genocide in Namibia found refuge in our country, and their descendants are to this day an integral part of the fabric of our nation. Ladies and gentlemen, geography, history, and culture have decreed, or dare I say, condemned our two countries to be neighbors, for better or for worse.
Dr. Hage Geingo is remembered for his notable achievements in reconciliation and maintaining peace and stability within the African continent.
2 days ago, when we were in Angola, at the ministers' meeting, he was described as a firm, frank, and candid diplomat who could bite and soothe at the same time. I can also describe him as a gentle giant whose handshake told the whole story, the story of humanity.
During the memorial service, His Excellency Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi declared a continued legacy of relations between Botswana and Namibia, with those accorded the opportunity to carry on the baton of the late president. Keletlelezwe Somolekai, PTV News, Gaborone.
And the Minister for Defense and Security, Rekaso Musi, says Botswana is committed to international security standards and commits to domesticate and implement laws and policies on peace and security. Rem Musi said this at the ongoing regional workshop on the effective implementation of Biological Weapons Convention in Southern Africa. The meeting aims to enhance collective efforts to prevent the use of biological weapons and promote biosecurity on the African continent.
This regional workshop that began yesterday here in Gaborone was to reaffirm this nation's commitment and the region for the peaceful use of biological weapons to ensure peace and security.
I'm delighted to host this important gathering aimed at enhancing our collective efforts to prevent the use of biological weapons and promote biosafety and biosecurity on the African continent. Biological Weapons Convention represents a cornerstone of the global disarmament and non-proliferation regime, reaffirming our commitment to peaceful use of biological sciences and technologies.
Botswana is well known for peace and harmony. With that, the country is still on its feet to ensure that it remains peaceful by coming up with proper policies that contribute to global peace and security.
Since it entered into force in 1975, it has been committed to the prohibition and elimination of the entire categories of weapons of mass destruction. Botswana is committed to global peace and security. We understand that security is as strong as the weakest link. Therefore, being part of the global security regime, we are obliged and committed to international security standards. We have shown this commitment by ratifying and domesticating implementing treaties on peace and security. Botswana ratified the Biological Weapons Convention in 1992 and has domesticated the treaty by passing the national law in 2018. The Biological and Toxin Weapons Prohibition Act 2018, it is with great pleasure to say Botswana has since been consistent in the national implementation of the convention.
Minister Musi further said that workshops such as this provide a proper platform to foster collaborations among nations. BTV News.
Now, the Ngamiland Council of Non-Governmental Organizations has condemned the Anti-Hunting Bill to be tabled at the United Kingdom Parliament this month. Representatives from affected communities say the Hunting Trophies Bill, which prohibits trophy importation, negatively impacts on wildlife populations and compounds human-wildlife conflict. The communities are of the view that if the bill is passed, it will stifle conservation efforts and negatively affect the general welfare of communities living in wildlife areas. The council made a petition of this at a press conference following the work and submission of the petition to the British High Commission.
Botswana is home to a diverse wildlife population, including the largest elephant population in the world. With evident socioeconomic benefits of her tourism sector and sustainable wildlife management practices and evidence, Botswana faces negative implications should the United Kingdom's anti-hunting bill be passed.
We, the communities living alongside wildlife, represented by 22 community trusts across Botswana, write to you today with deep concern regarding the proposed bill to be presented to the UK Parliament on prohibition of importation of trophies from CITES listed species for importation to the United Kingdom. Our petition addresses critical issues that we believe merit careful consideration and evaluation. We implore your government to carefully consider the implications of enacting the Hunting Trophy Import Prohibition Bill. Such a decision could have far-reaching negative consequences on wildlife population, exacerbate human-wildlife conflicts, undermine conservation efforts, and impact the livelihoods and well-being of communities residing in wildlife areas. We trust that your esteemed office will give due consideration to our petition and advocate for sustainable wildlife management practices that balance conservation efforts with community needs and welfare.
Various concerned organizations and communities spoke highly of the benefits of trophy hunting on socio-economic development, hence the need to stand in unison to lobby against this bill, as it carries weighty repercussions which will adversely affect communities and socio-economic development.
Trophies kana dilo tse go tsokola tse ko matsi na tshwana go tswa go kana ga re kara funa banywa kana wa kola titane ba tshumba ba go matsi na bona.
The delivery of the petition by Geingo happens just over a week ahead of a scheduled retabling of the anti-hunting bill, which failed to pass at the House of Lords in the United Kingdom last year. Utsidile Ongabetsi, BTV News, Gaborone.
The Deputy Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development, Mpho, says investing in a knowledge-based economy is ideal for innovation, increased productivity and fostering competitiveness in the global market. Speaking during the groundbreaking ceremony of a new primary school in Palape Extension 5, Mpho said government has prioritized to direct resources towards transforming and enhancing the delivery of education and training.
The government has made a commitment to provide conducive working environment for both teachers and students through reducing class sizes and providing accommodation to teaching staff.
Government has made progress in improving the quality of education for all children through, amongst others, reducing class sizes and providing teachers with accommodation. Moreover, the general education curriculum and training will be reviewed and to support outcome-based education in line with the education and training sector plan of strategic plan of 2015 to 2020.
The chairperson of Palape District Council, Mr. Jordan Makura, applauded the government for this development, saying the construction of the new primary school will help decongest classrooms in Palape schools, which has exceeded the recommended number of students per class.
Construction of this new primary school will help us a lot, as the 8 primary schools within Palape are oversubscribed, resulting with people having to study outside under the trees despite unfavorable weather conditions.
Trust Engineer and Construction Company, which has been awarded the tender to build the school at the tune of 50 million pula, has promised to carry out the project within time and budget.
We will finish the project and the satisfaction of all stakeholders. We hope the kids in Palape community will enjoy this facility financed by Botswana government in the next year.
The school, which consists of 4 double-story blocks with a total number of 22 classrooms, will enroll 720 pupils from the reception class to standard 7 upon completion. Ki Pidile Gaulebali, BTV News, Palape.
Now, Kharis Senior Secondary School head Mayor Baiti Bubone has expressed gratitude to all stakeholders for the support and contribution they've made in ensuring that the Kharis School academic results are improved. Mayor Bubone said that unity among stakeholders has made it possible for the school to obtain position 3 countrywide in the just released 2023 BGCSE results. She said this on Monday when the school management presented the Form 5 results to village leadership. Jessica Pilani.
It was during the International Women's Day when the 2023 BGCSE results were released, at the same time that the Office of the Molapolle South Constituency had organized an International Women's Day event to celebrate women. However, on those results, Kharis Senior School managed to become one of the top performing schools last year by coming out 3rd countrywide, which then brought so much joy to these attendees.
Sekolo sa Kharis si ntshitse bomme le borre ba ba nang le maikarabelo mo dingwageng tse di itileng, mme ga nna le mathata a nna teng maduo a go tlase, mme sale go tla directora yo e sale go tla mogokgo yo wa mmeo maduo a kweneng a hetogile
go fa go tla sebaka se ke a kgole mogokgo le matitšhara otlhe a Kharis le botlhe ba berekang mo lephateng la thuto mo kgaolong ya rona ya Kweneng. You've made us proud.
The joyful mood continued to escalate in the entire village when the school management decided to present the school results to Khosi Khari and his management, which he really appreciated.
2020 sekolo sa rona se ne se le ko position 28. 2021 ra go tsena ko position 20. re tswa ko go 28 2022 ra tswa mo go 20 ra go ya position 16 tshwaragano ye ya tia ngwana wa rona a re retsa morutabana a ema ka dinao gore mongwe le mongwe yo na ikagile ka sekole sa Garisitshele go na tshema ba gaetso ke sone se le re bonang re tilo go itshuputsa mo mmung o thayang motse wa Mokwena ra helela re le position 3
barutabana le bogogi jwa sekwele ke bata go bua yana le lona ke le a kgola re rata thata gore le tswelele jalo kopo ke gore tswelelang ka go dira ka botswerere jo re bonang le dira ka jone
re boetse ko serodumong se re ntse re itsebe ka sone re le Bakwena re le morahi o e leng gore o itswe ka tse dintle mme gompie ko Garisitshele le re dirile motlotlo le dirile monga rona motlotlo le dirile morahi o motlotlo.
Unity amongst teachers, parents and students is said to be vital in producing such good academic results, and the school management is certain that come next year they will obtain the first position countrywide. Jessica Pilani, BTV News, Molepolole.
Project Coordinator and Legal Officer for the United Nations Office of Disarmament Affairs, Dr. Sylvian Fanel, says the effective implementation of Biological Weapons Convention, a disarmament treaty that effectively bans biological and toxic weapons, would strengthen countries' capacity for management of health risks. Dr. Fanel shared this view at the regional workshop on effective implementation of the Biological Weapons Convention in Southern Africa and Gaborone on Tuesday.
The United Nations-led Biological Weapons Convention is a disarmament treaty that bans biological and toxic weapons. The United Nations Office for Disarmament Affairs received a strong mandate from state parties to conduct various capacity-building activities in states in need of support to domesticate the convention.
The convention is going beyond non-proliferation, disarmament and security by promoting science and technology and facilitating capacity building, assistance and cooperation among states parties. This overall contributes to states strengthening their capacities for early warning, risk reduction and management of health risk.
The COVID-19 pandemic and the rapid spread of other infectious diseases has demonstrated that biological threats know no borders and can upend lives and livelihoods around the world. The threat from biological weapons would be far worse, and no effort should be spared to minimize this risk. It is therefore exciting to see all of you here today engaging in the conversation, because mitigating biological threats is a long-term effort, and it will take all of us working together to eliminate the threat of biological weapons.
It was emphasized that this capacity building could help countries in achieving the Sustainable Development Goals.
Its effective implementation does strengthen states' capacities for early warning, risk reduction and management of health risks. That all leads towards supporting the achievement of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, particularly SDGs number 3, which is about good health and well-being, SDG 4, quality education, SDG 9, industry, innovation and infrastructure, SDG 16, peace, justice and strong institutions.
The representatives from all over Southern Africa who gathered here for the workshop were encouraged to share their own experiences in implementing the convention and to identify challenges to that implementation. Solofala Tombali, BTV News, Gaborone.
And that's how we end our bulletin this hour. Thank you very much for watching. Tato Khosumuri is standing by to give you sports.
Thank you, Kailo Sabone. This is In Context, the sports update brought to you by Tato Khosimre. Thank you for joining us. At the drop of a hat, let's take a look at our top story. The WBF International Super Bantamweight champion Moabi Ngaka says he's prepared to face and take down the Philippines national champion Mark Johnny Yapa in the main fight of the Rumble in the Okavango boxing event scheduled for Maung at the end of this month. Kagiso Molelekwa with the details.
Ngaka, who won the World Boxing Federation International Super Bantamweight belt twice in a row, says the Rumble in the Okavango is a prime boxing event as it has attracted attention from across the globe. This, he said, has inspired him to aim for nothing but victory.
Rumble in the Okavango is a big event indeed. It has taken a lot of attention from different people across the world. We have Asians coming. Asians will be coming to fight the Africans in our land. And we're going to give them headache. That's a promise.
He further noted that the presence of boxing legend Mike Tyson, who is expected to visit Africa for the first time and who also graced the event, will also help to motivate young boxers as well as to boost sport tourism in Botswana.
We'll be graced by the legend Mike Tyson, as he'll be coming through VSP promotion. And this is I'll say a great blessing, because it will be his first time to come to Africa. So imagine Botswana ilerantlhar agoragala go go rona, especially go Mau. Imagine how it's going to promote our tourism. So guys, ke monna wa mahoko a makhutshwane nka rata ra guys, I'm gonna deliver. I'll be fighting for another belt, which is called World Boxing Foundation International Champion. I'll be taking a huge step to sacrifice this for my country, and I say I'm gonna take down the guy.
For their prey, the African Tourism Board said they have found it fit to support the event as it goes in line with helping and promoting African tourism.
In line with what our government and the president of this country says about the mindset change, I would like to urge everyone else in this room listening to this today that let us all come together and support this great initiative. A lot of people might ask, how can I benefit from sports tourism? How can I benefit from all of these things? You know, when we have people in the place that are coming to watch this, it means your vendors are getting recognized, they're getting something. Your hotels, your guest houses, your restaurants, your pubs, all of that is getting revenue, is getting income. So it's very, very important to have such happening in Botswana. I would like to urge the country as a large and urge the team organizing this to say, let us make Botswana the home of boxing. Tonight among us we have Mike Tyson, and I would like to honor you, sir, for honoring our country and visiting us here. And I would like to say, let us make Botswana the biggest mice industry in the tourism sector.
The Rumble in the Okavango boxing event will be graced by boxers from Zambia, Zimbabwe, Namibia, South Africa, China and Philippines, among others. The main fight of the night will feature local boxer Moabi Ngaka as well as Mark John Yap of Philippines in the World Boxing Foundation international title. Rumble in the Okavango will be held at the Maun Sports Complex on the 30th of March. Kagiso Morelekwa, PTV Sport, Gaborone.
We are all behind you, the Eagles. Moving on, sports volunteerism plays a pivotal role in the growth of sports in any country, and it is for this reason that Botswana should continue volunteering in sports. This was said by the guest speaker, Marcos Letebele, during the Hansi Sub-Region Sports Volunteer Movement Annual General Meeting. Lesego Mokwaisi compiled this report.
The sports volunteer movement was established with the aim of having a group of volunteers readily available to help during preparation for sports competitions in Botswana. The Hansi region, just like other regions, also has this movement, and we're having the annual general meeting recently.
This resembles who you are as a nation. It also adds to pillar of loving and caring nation. le supa yone tšhaba e mautlwelo botlhoko ba gaetse bogolo thata ka wa esi ga o ele. Thank you for volunteering so that those who are performing can focus on sharpening their competitive skill in sports. Its privilege is to help within sports rather on behalf of the nation and sports at large. We appreciate your efforts.
So re ikemetse ko mo gantsi so tsabong ke yone tona mo go rona ko re tsabo e fida rona kwana so ga ise go re kgone go dira recruitment tota ne ke le ra ikala gore tana le recruitment gore re tla go bula sub region ko Charles Hill so ka mabaka a di financial ga ise go re kgone go dira jalo
re le itse gore le ba ithaopi ga gona dituelo ke ne ke bona di-comment tsa lona mo bookeng ka ne le botsa ka ke kgona go bona ga batho ba botsa ba bata madi ra ithaopa.
Still at this AGM, a new committee was elected with Makosile Tebele as the chairperson, deputized by Mr. Teko Teng.
Lebogile hala thata go pele tsamaisitse mokgatlho wa SVM magantsi e dirile ga le dirileng teng bontle le go dirira ra ba mogela re ra go itumela so ra go tswelela go re tsa gona go a go lona go re tswelela
ra le sorehetsa betso gore re ta dira tiro re ta taboga le rona le re tswa maotoko ga le bona re dithapo tsa rona ka re di a baballa le nne le tsaya disoranyana ka tota boithaopo ke seo se se tona ebile go supa gore you are determined to do it.
The new committee will be in office until 2027. Lesego Mokwaisi, BTV Sports, Gantsi.
A fierce battle is expected tomorrow at Lekki Football Center when Double Action come face-to-face with Big Sisters in a rescheduled Women's Gaborone City Regional Football Association Division 1 League match encounter. Kariso Molelekwa.
Although 8th placed Begi are yet to win a game from 7 matches, in which they only managed to salvage a draw and lost 6, Double Action know that they will give them a tough time. Bottom-placed Sisters welcome the defending league champions, still lagging wins from their 4-0 loss over systems over the weekend. Coach Guagile Babusi's side will be banking on key players in the likes of Fodire Mangwanai, striker Unkemeze Gazi and Khomozo Moketsani to help his side to secure their first win of the season.
Our preparations are going as planned and very well. Injuries, we only have injury of one player, who is Lisa Batoko. The previous lineup, we have 7 players who will be at work. We are going to make 7 changes tomorrow. That's the only difficult situation that we are facing tomorrow. But we will definitely play with our level best. Double Action is a very, very wonderful team with a very, very wonderful coach. Playing them is one of those greatest pressures that you can wish for as a coach. But for us, we want our girls to go there and enjoy the game.
Double Action also have to win the game at all costs after dropping 2 vital points over the weekend when they played to a 1-1 draw against Gaborone United. Action have played 5 games, won 4 and drawn 1. Only 5 points separates them from the local leader Security Systems. Double Action have a lot of experienced players in the likes of Luingo Senelo, midfielder Lesora Diakanyo, as well as the Mets goalkeeper Bemi Mukibe, who know the importance of winning the game and reignite their league title hopes.
I think from our Saturday game, we gave the girls Sunday day off. We came back on Monday to come and do our recovery. All the girls were at training. I think everything went well, except our centre back Desiree Kinyadiche, who got injured during our game on Saturday against GU. But all the girls are fine and ready for tomorrow's encounter. Big Sisters is a team which we stay near each other. The girls know each other much better. So I think it's going to be an interesting game, especially we are playing a midweek game.
The game starts at 5 p.m. Kariso Molelekwa, PTV Sport, Gaborone.
That's all we had for you from In Context Sports Update. In Context to continue on the other side. Stay tuned and stay blessed.
o tsogile jang mo nakong tsa gompieno re harharilwe ke malwetse a sa tshelwaneng ka go harologana bokankere khupelo madi a